the mid-'80s. QB's own Juice Crew dominates the rap game, giving Queensbridge worldwide notoriety. Producer Marley Marl is in control.
That was crazy important, especially for me, you know what I'm saying, because I'm from Queensbridge.
We more amped than ever, you know, during that time.
Kane, Sham, Biz, Craig G, Shantae, G-Rap.
Juice Crew days, baby.
Polo.
They dominated, and especially with Marley Marl. Yeah, I mean, he dominated in other areas, like with Eric B and Rakim, you know.
Marley was the fucking king, you know what I'm saying? Marley was the man.
Everybody was chasing Marley. Yo, Marley, put me on, put me on.
He wasn't really paying me no mind and shit. I guess he had mad motherfuckers running up on him, telling him they could rhyme and all that. I went to the crib this one time in particular, and he told me to come back in 15 minutes. I probably waited maybe 10 minutes, but it felt like 5 hours. He let me in that time.
He got like a certain style and a certain flavor, you know what I mean? A certain little flow that's kind of hot right now. So I was like, yo, that's a go.
He threw a beat on, and I just got at that shit. And it was called The Tragedy. Woke up one morning, turned your radio on. Couldn't find your money and your brother was gone. Ran to the kitchen, all you found was a bone. You knew your brother's habit, couldn't decide on his own.
Marley used to live right in this building on the second floor, 4114. We used to actually wait for Trash to come down so he can play the tape.
Lost his wife and lost his friends. The way he started is the way he'll end. Using cocaine again and again.
When we recorded It's a Tragedy, it was like a demo from the crib. You know, he was telling a little life story. It was a hot joint. A little hot joint for hip-hop, you know what I mean?
Before Tragedy, I was called Jade Ski.
He was going by J Ski at that time. So I told him, I want you to turn it to Tragedy.
As a kid, the crazy shit I was doing, motherfuckers was like, yo, you a tragedy, man.
My baby grandma? They used to call my husband the Hurricane.
He used to be a bad boxer, but see, I make music all the time. You get old, you can't box no more.
Everybody would know when he started walking around, he had a drink, he knew he was going to terrorize the project.
Messing with the World Series on that shit, Tommy Hayes and Cleon Jones.
They would wild out and get drunk and carry on, and you know the story. You know, and then I got to remove myself from the scene.
Trash was chasing everybody. Anybody that had something to do with music, he was chasing. Marley didn't have enough time for him. I did. Your talent is extraordinary, you know what I mean? You're good, you're ill on the rhyming tip. It's just not all about rhyming. You gotta know the business, otherwise they're gonna take your money.
You always have old records and old tapes with beats and shit. So I would go there and, like, you know, practice my shit.
A couple of times he used to tell me about this kid. He's always stealing and getting busted in the store, so I'm gonna bring him home one day, you know, so you can meet him.
I had motherfuckers running up on my moms, telling them they was gonna kill me. So my mom was like, yo, you know, you jeopardizing your sister's lives and your little brother's life and my life. You gotta go.
Oh.
Immediately, T, love, boom. Nowhere to stay, you stay here. If you eat, you eat here. You family.
Come on, man. That's fucking tough. You stupid ass, yo. Shit's good like that. Shit is good.
When crack hit, is like it just swept throughout, not only Queensbridge, throughout the whole New York City.
Crack changed things a great deal.
Prior to that, it was coke and dope, you know what I'm saying? But crack was different because little fucking valve and shit, you could get $10, $20 and shit.
You know, people stand outside, individuals make $5,000.
I went to the Fed system doing time for that bullshit. So
Queensbridge is like that shit is like a city. It's the biggest housing projects in the world. In terms of hustling, it was a gold mine. So you had motherfuckers coming from all over, taking over our projects, and our projects going to war with motherfuckers because they wanted to come in and try to take over the projects.
hold on, it's a lot that I want to say, but a lot that I can't say because it's like, see, back then we had like a code in the street.
You had like the 40 busters and shit.
Some of the big gangsters back in the days, you had Felton,
Trent,
Kid named Arcade,
Smurf,
World Fun,
Juice,
QT.
Hotch, you had mad, it was mad motherfuckers out there.
They were like the most flyest, you know what I'm saying? Keep the hair in waves, keep the fresh Bally's, British one, whatever was new they had. We from the hood, like we don't got that much. And like we would see them and be like, yo, I wanna be like Don.
I watch motherfuckers on the corner hustling in the fucking freezing winter cold to get money, risking their life all day. So like to me it was like, yo, I stand on the block and shit pump. And I could just take this shit. I remember fucking with some dudes, robbing some Jamaican dudes, you know, me fast and shit, and them niggas catching up with me.
They had him for like 3 days, and they put him in an abandoned warehouse. He was beat so many times.
My shit was like kabong, kabong.
And he was tied to this chair, and he had feces and all that on himself and everything. And the rats was coming on him and eating him. They just took him and drove him in a car and threw him in the East River over there, and he couldn't swim.
It was cold around that time. But when I fell in that water, that shit felt like I fell in straight, like I was just putting a big ass ice tray. And then when I climbed up on the rocks, I had to lay there because I'm fucked up. I remember crawling like this. You know what I'm saying? Like worming and shit. And it seemed like that shit took fucking forever.
God have mercy on all of us. God have mercy on him. That's a miracle right there.
Yo, God, the Most High got so much mercy on me. I be like, yo, man, you be showing me too much love. When you gonna take it back? You could go down, you could get fucked up. And that be it, and that be a wrap. I know, you know what I'm saying? All of us know thorough niggas that did not make it.
After the river incident, finally Marley did something.
You know, Marley was figuring, yo, T know what's good on the streets. So if you fucking with T, yeah, I'ma fuck with him. So in the way you kind of stole him from T.
You know, I was going back to Marley's, laying joints like Live Motivator. That shit was like, now I'm like 14, 15.
They was on, I believe, the In Control Volume 1.
Tragedy elevates to the exterior, imperial superior, you're inferior, intelligent trooper. I detect, but I design paragraphs like an architect.
Like everybody like idolized him because he was the littlest, the youngest one out of the whole Juice Crew.
This is before a Bow Wow, Crisscross, a little Romeo, you feel me?
MC Shan, Marley Marl, Roxanne Shante, you know what I'm saying? Tragedy.
They had massive talent, but he was like the one that stood out because he was so little. And then he got locked up.
That slowed down his entry into the Juice Crew. It's the talent right here. This can't be the end.
I got locked up for robbery. At that time, that new law passed. And if you were 16, you could be, you know, charged as an adult. I went to Rikers Island as a youthful offender. Rikers Island, man. Have you ever been on Rikers Island, motherfucker? And I went upstate.
You wasn't supposed to be upstate. At 16, upstate.
I was locked up with motherfuckers doing double life. Motherfuckers that was never coming home. Monsters, brolic monster niggas. I remember my moms came to see me. And my moms looked at the inmates on the visiting floor and was like, baby, you alright? Go inside my cell, there's a pack of cigarettes on my bed and shit. So I'm like, what the fuck? Niggas trying to claim me or some shit. So I took one of my pencils, I just sharpened it by scraping it. Next next day, we locked out to go to showers, and the nigga that put the cigarettes on my bed, this nigga sitting there looking at me and shit, eyeing me up and down and shit. So I was like, fuck, I just took the pencil from under my armpit, just start banging them, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? And it was ill because the pencil ain't even break. Whatever, they rushed me up out of there. I laid up in Key Lock for a minute.